Hey, B family. We're going to be talking about the Texas school shooting that happened, and we have some footage to show. It's very heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's sick how that guy could went to school and kill kids. How can you, innocent kids, man? How can you do that to somebody? You know what I mean? There's too many. I don't know. I would have killed him. I would make him suffer. Buried him alive. I mean,
Yeah. You have to have a heart to get inside of school and kill innocent children.
yeah.
But here's the video.
I want to warn you that the video you're about to see, it is raw and it is difficult to watch. Here it is. I think we'll do the
It's insane. I heard that they were there.
Joining me now is CNN's Shimon Prokupecz. Shimon, I want.
That's the same how. I don't know. I don't know how these people felt. Like, I would have been crazy. I don't know. I would have been inside the school and I don't know what I would do. It's the same how. Just to hear these people crying, screaming. It's really sad, man. What was you gonna say?
I heard that they were there for about an hour.
Yeah, before he
even started shooting.
Police came there. He was inside. They waited an hour before they killed him.
Basically, their kids were being killed while they were standing there.
They could have. I don't know, man. They could have done something. You know what I mean? But police did their job too. They did best they can. You know what I mean?
They could have done better.
They could, but you know what
I mean, just listening to all these parents scream and cry, trying to get into the school and not being able to. It's insane.
Yo.
I want to be clear about something. We don't know exactly where in the timeline this fits. However, what this does show us is something we have been hearing about. The parents were on the scene in despair, but also it does seem in frustration that they could not get inside to help their children.
Yeah, this is...
Like, I got two kids my own self. Got a boy and a girl. I don't know. Just watching this video pisses me off. They should have been in there when the kids was alive. They could have saved the kids. You know what I mean? But we don't know really what happened. We was not there. I mean, I heard that teacher left the door unlocked. And he got in there, who knows, maybe as soon as he got in there, he started shooting, or who knows what he did. But
the ones that did are gone.
You know, it's just so hard to watch. It's the screams and to listen to these parents. And now we, you know, knowing what we know, what happened in there, I just can't imagine what these people were going through in those moments. You know, we have seen reports that there were parents who were on scene hearing gunshots. I mean, and knowing that their kids were inside and they couldn't go in and do anything. But as to the video, it does appear, though, in that video that the police response is already there. There's a heavier police response. You're seeing sheriff's deputies. You're seeing other officers with heavily armed weaponry, right? It's what you would see.
Like my own self, I have a sister that got killed in a tornado, and my two nieces. You know what I mean? It's not easy. It's hard. You know what I mean? Just imagine this: your own child
having having their life taken away while they're in school.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Schools need to have a police officer, a security guard. The doors to be locked. You know what I mean? Because I'm not safe to let my kid to go to school because you never know what can happen. You know what I mean? You never know when an idiot can act stupid and try to do stuff like this. You never know.
See in a kind of a situation like this. But like you said, John, we don't know how, what time this was taken and how far into the incident this was taken. But it's clear that it was still a very active scene, that there was still the police were still dealing with the situation. And I was talking to some city officials this morning about this, and they said that when a lot of the family members got here, they just wanted answers. They wanted to know what was going on, and no one could provide answers for them. And I'm just recalling that day and how long it took for the information to get out about what happened here. And these parents, this went on for hours, John. Remember, they went to the Civic Center where they were waiting to get notified about their kids, if their kids were one of the victims. And the hours and into the night that this went on, it's just it's gut-wrenching. It's just so hard to watch and so painful. And again, you know, we are still waiting for so many answers here from the police.
What you can see is the sense of helplessness that these parents have. Parents who'd be willing to do anything. I guarantee you, willing to do anything to put themselves in the way of a shooter for their children right there. We don't know when this is, but Shimon, what we do know. What we do know is there was a period of time, how long is unclear, but a period of time when law enforcement was on the scene in some number, and they were not going in to confront the shooter. And that's the period where there are still unanswered questions.
Right, that is that period.
That they were
that
there
hour or so
for
of when the
about an hour
gunman
or
is
so,
inside.
and nobody went in
There's
trying to
still,
get to the guy.
Gunshots coming from there. There's exchange of gunfire.
Others.
What's not really clear is, you know, the lieutenant told you this morning that those two officers were shot as they were either going into the school or by the door.
He made it sound like it was inside.
Like, yeah, to me it certainly sounded like it was, you know, how badly were these officers injured? You know, they retreated, it seems. They just, and we don't know the severity of their injuries. He did say they're non-life-threatening. How were they shot? What was the situation here? But, you know, where were the backup officers, and why weren't more officers in there already on scene? You know, it's a small town, small police departments. I get all that. But those questions need to be answered.
Between the time when those officers were first met with gunfire and then the attempt that did ultimately break down the door, what was the nature of that pause between those two periods? That's what I'm trying to get at there. And it is during that period that we are now hearing stories about parents who arrived on the scene. The Washington Post spoke to Javier Casares, who is the father of Jacqueline Casares, who was killed here. And Javier told the Washington Post, he says, there were 5 or 6 of us fathers hearing the gunshots, and police officers were telling us to move back. We didn't care about us. We wanted to storm the building. We were saying, let's go, because that's how worried we were, and we wanted to get our babies out. So these fathers were willing to go in. Why were they stopped?
Right, I can tell you right now, as a father myself, I would want to go in too, but it's a volatile situation. You have an active shooter situation. We're trying to preserve any further loss of life. We cannot have, and as much as they want to go into that school, we cannot have individuals go into that school, especially if they're not armed. So we also have officers that arrive on scene. There's so many different components involved in an active shooter situation. We have officers that arrive on scene trying to set up a perimeter, so we cannot have any other individuals trying to go into that school. But I understand, and I completely understand, because I can tell you as a father myself, I would want to go into that school whether I was armed or not armed to save my child. But again, it's a very volatile situation.
I don't know, man. This video was. I don't know. I would not let the police stop me. I would have run inside. But some people couldn't, you know what I mean? Police was doing their job. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm speechless. I don't know what.
It's insane that these days you don't even know if your kids will be safe in school or not.
No, these days you cannot even let the kid play outside. How it's getting bad. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Bigger cities,
It's
more
everywhere.
crime, and then, you know what I mean? Not even, you know what I mean? Not even big cities, small cities. Crime happens and all that. You know what I mean? It just, you're at the wrong time sometimes, you know what I mean? You never know, man. You never know
What
when
could
is
happen?
your last day. You never know what's gonna happen, you know what I mean? But this is heartbreaking, for real, guys. So,
Well,
what do you
rest
guys
in
say?
peace to all the children that lost their lives and all the teachers.
Pray to the family. It's not easy. I know they are hurt, you know what I mean? So, alright, guys. Comment down below what y'all think about it. And
Like, share,
like, share, subscribe, hit the bell. And see y'all next video, guys. Peace.